This is Jackie with your All Access interview with Sworn In. I have Tyler here. We're at day 3 of Dallas' South by So What Festival. Um, your new album, The Lovers, The Devil, comes out April 7th, correct? Who or what influenced the songs on that album?
Lyrically, a lot of the influence was just kind of a collection of observations that I had made through my life, like, things I've been through, things I've seen people go through, and a lot of the aesthetic influence was from bands I love, like My Chemical Romance and The Used, and kind of like early 2000s emo stuff.
Those are some really good bands you mentioned, too. Fans, right now, you can go ahead and pre order that album. What do fans get if they do pre order?
Um, They get the 3 songs we've already released, instant download, and if you pre-order through our merch site, you can choose from a whole bunch of cool bundles of cool T-shirts and posters, hoodies, stuff like that.
What do you guys as bands get from pre ordering?
It counts towards our first week sales, which is always a good thing. The more records you sell first week, the more legitimate your band becomes, so it helps us out a lot.
So make sure that you support those bands you really like by doing those pre-orders or getting that album the very first week. That definitely helps the tours and whole part of the industry that most people don't really get to hear about. Tell me a bit about your new song, Pins and Needles. What does that sound like?
Pins and Needles is actually the only song on the CD with no curse words on it, which is interesting. The beginning of the song really kind of, I think, catches people off guard, or at least caught people we showed off guard. It kind of sounds like 30 Seconds to Mars almost, really epic and big, and the whole thing just sounds like a huge trip, I guess.
Was that intentional, the no swearing, or just sort of what happened?
Not so much intentional. I wrote the lyrics while we were on a ferry from France to the UK, and I was really sick and hating my life, and I just wrote those lyrics then.
So your songwriting, what messages do you hope fans get from those lyrics?
From our new CD, the whole thing is mostly just a cautionary tale of, when you're in a destructive relationship, whether it be, platonic or, love interest, stuff like that. It's not healthy to stay in something like that where you feel yourself being deteriorated by being with somebody else. And just kind of giving people that opportunity to know that they're not alone, they're not the only ones going through something like this, they're not crazy, and no matter whatever you're feeling, you're justified feeling that.
I think that's something that resonates with a lot of fans, and I think it's also nice to hear from people that they look up to, that they aren't alone, and that you can relate to them. You did something else to sort of reach out to fans. You did a poster contest. How on earth do you decide winners? There are a lot of really talented fans out there.
For me, it was looking through the ones that just caught my eye the most. I mean, I think they were all really cool, and I think that people put a lot of effort into it, which is awesome to see, because it just shows dedication towards their commitment to the band and stuff like that, which is really awesome. It was hard to choose winners, but, whichever ones caught my eyes the most were the ones that we ended up choosing.
Lots of talented fans out there. Recently on Facebook, I'm not quite sure which member, but posted something about how kids sort of judge music very quickly.
That was our drummer, Chris, who posted that, but we all agree wholeheartedly with that message.
Is there a pressure to kind of keep putting out music at a faster pace because of technology?
Yes and no. I think constantly putting out new media is a good thing. Keeping people's attention is a good thing, and the more you put things out, as long as you're not oversaturating yourself, is a good way to keep people interested in what you're doing.
So obviously you guys post on Facebook. What other platforms of social media do you use? Like, is there one that is sort of your favorite?
Me personally, I use Twitter a lot. I just like the fact that it's more direct than Facebook. The website works better than Facebook, in my opinion, and it's very mobile-based, which is cool.
Okay, very cool. So what's up next after the spring tour that you're on?
After we finish this headliner with Chelsea Grin, we go on our first ever headlining tour with The Plot and You, I Declare War, and Gift Giver, doing a couple days in Canada and then I think 2-ish weeks in the States. That's going to be a really cool time because we've never really done a full-on headlining tour.
Excellent. So make sure you head out there and grab The Lovers, The Devil, or pre-order it. But grab it that first week. It's out April 7th. Stay tuned for a lot more from Sworn In. This is Jackie. Thanks to All Access and In the Key of Change. All right.
Awesome.
All done.